Okay. Well, hi everybody. Welcome replay viewers. I honestly have a new phone and I don't know how to switch the camera around. So, anyway, thank you for joining the stream. My name is Tracy Taylor and I do road trip streams like this. And I also do streams with paranormal investigations and things like that. So if you were interested in either one of those, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next live stream or my next vlog. Right now we're in the town of Batesville, Indiana, and we are going to pardon me, we're driving up to the town of Richmond, Indiana. It's a beautiful drive, so I wanted to take you guys along with me. There may be parts in here of this trip that I may lose cell reception, so if the stream drops out, please stay with me and I will come back as soon as possible. This is going to be going through rural Indiana, so like I said, there are spots that the reception is not going to be strong or maybe not even available. So if that happens, please just hang on and the stream will be back as soon as possible. Pardon me. I don't see anybody in here or in chat on my screen. So if you're here, thank you and welcome. And if you're chatting, I'm sorry, but I can't read your chats. So I will try to go back and read them as much as possible after the stream and respond on any questions or anything like that. But just so you know that I'm not going to be responding during the stream because the chats are not showing on my phone screen. So, let's take on this adventure together. Hope everything's going well for you and your family. We are going to be going on Indiana Route 229. Taking Route 229 up through the town of Oldenburg, Indiana, and then eventually we're going to be getting on Indiana 52, which takes us through the town of Metamora, which is a wonderful little town. It's a historic town that they have brought other buildings to, buildings that were in danger of being torn down. They have moved several of those buildings to the town of Metamora, so that way they can be saved and restored. And so we will get to see that. And in the town of Oldenburg, we will be going past a former nunnery that is now a school academy. Beautiful building. The town of Oldenburg has the nickname of the town of spires because there's a great number of churches in the little town, and it sits down kind of in a little valley. And so when you come into it, you see all these beautiful steeples kind of poking out from the valley floor. So it's beautiful. This is kind of a windy trip, so if you experience motion sickness even by watching something on a screen, I'll try to let you know when the more windy sections come up, so you can kind of avert your eyes. But it's a beautiful drive, especially now that spring is starting to come to Indiana. It did snow the day before yesterday, a few inches, but thankfully none of it stuck to the road, and as you can see, it's all burned off now, so it's pretty nice. It's about 60 degrees outside right now, so it's a beautiful spring day. I wish it was warmer personally, but at least it's not colder, so I'll take it. So the town of Batesville that we just are leaving, one of its main employers is a casket company, and yes, literally they build caskets, which unfortunately is something that's going to be always needed, but they have a large casket production company. Oh, we're coming into Oldenburg, and there you see a couple of the spires in the distance here. Oldenburg is a beautiful little town, and it's got a lovely little main street that we're gonna go down, and it's kind of a Bavarian town. In fact, the street names are in English and in German, or many of the street names are in English and in German. It was founded in the 1800s as like I said, by German immigrants, and they created a nunnery here, and the Immaculate Conception Convent is the name of the nunnery, and that is pretty much the town of Oldenburg. In a nutshell. Tiny little town, but beautiful little town. I love it. This is where it starts getting a little bit curvier. So, might want to kind of look down for a little bit, or glance away for a moment. We are kind of in the rolling hills of southern Indiana. Well, yeah, pretty close to southern Indiana. And so there are kind of a lot of twists and turns. This road was built, had to go around those homesteads and farmsteads, so there's some turns to avoid going through those properties. But yeah, it's a beautiful town, or was a beautiful town. We're now, as you can tell, out of the town of Oldenburg. some sort of a specific flower. I do know that there is a flower called rapeseed, which they kind of use in fields to sort of start the soil over again after planting certain crops. It removes, and I don't know the specifics of this. I'm kind of speaking previous farming crops have left to the earth in that field and kind of resets it. So I don't know if that's what that was, or if it was another flower or a wildflower or something, but it's beautiful yellow. And as you can see, this is pretty much just open farmland out here. Beautiful, beautiful road. So pretty in the spring. I love it. Everything's turning green and flowering, and all the living plants and crops and everything are so happy with the sun and the warmth, and I am also very happy with the sun and the warmth. So I can understand their happiness. But yeah, this is just kind of southern Indiana agriculture coming to you live. So we're going to take this road up to Indiana 52, which, like I mentioned, is going to take us through the town of Metamora. And as I mentioned, that was kind of a protected town, and they've moved some buildings from other areas to it, and some of the buildings that are in Metamora were from Metamora. Not all of them have been brought there. Some of them are from that area, so not all of them have been relocated. The area we're going to start out in Metamora is primarily relocated buildings, but I'll get into that when we get to the actual town here. I hope that the wind noise is not too much. I just want to get a little air circulating in the car here. And I apologize about the bugs on the windshield. Hopefully you can kind of look around them or past them. And if a big bug splatters kind of in the middle, I'll be sure to try to wipe it off for you, or use the windshield wipers to clean that off for you. So to everyone who is just coming in, welcome and thank you for joining. This is a Travels with Tracy road trip. We are going from the town of Batesville, Indiana to the town of Richmond, Indiana. So from southeastern Indiana to central eastern Indiana. And on this trip, we're going to be headed through the town of Metamora, which is a beautiful little historic town. And thank you for coming along. If you enjoy road trips like this, or enjoy just seeing parts of Indiana and Ohio and cities in this area, or states in the area, please consider subscribing. This is the town of Peppertown. And if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Oh boy, we get, let's see, this is farm equipment up here. One of the other wonders of living and driving in rural Indiana is we get to get behind farm vehicles. And I always always make sure that I give them plenty of room. So I don't want to crowd anyone. So these are the folks that are making and bringing our food for us. So I appreciate them. I'm not sure if the person behind me is going to appreciate them because they flew up on me going super fast. And let's see, I'm definitely not going to pass this guy on a double yellow line and not on a curve. Dude, I don't trust you. Yay, thank you for turning. Thank you. Okay. Alrighty. Yay for people who use hand signals. Good, 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 good. Alrighty. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, parts of this drive are kind of curvy and everything, so this is another one of those curvy areas. So if you get kind of motion sick or car sick, even through watching on the TV or whatever device you're watching on, go ahead and avert your eyes for a little bit, because this is one of those curvy areas. And I will let you know when the curviness has subsided. So I hope you're enjoying this. It's kind of a low-key, just little drive through the country here. And let's see, I think this is nope, it's not the end of the curviness. No, a few more curves. And then we might be done with the curviness for a little while. Every time I think that, there's another sign that says curvy road. So, I'm not done with the curviness yet. Eventually it will subside, I promise. That's a neat house to the left. An old log cabin there. Curviness going on. When we get to the area around Metamora, it's much more straight. Far less curvy. There's a few curves, but not as curvy as this. Okay, I think the curviness has subsided for a little bit, so if you're not super good with watching curves, you can look back up. There's a couple just sort of standard road curves, but okay, there is another curvy road sign, but I think it's kind of just short-lived. There's only a couple curves, I believe. Don't think that this is super curvy. Oh, okay, it's a little more curvy than I thought. Sorry. getaways for the weekend, whether it be four-wheelers or motorbikes or boats or campers, whatever. Be interesting. So keep your eyes out for vehicles towing toys or other towing campers, things of that nature. A lot of camping down in this area and a lot of recreation and lakes and places to do that kind of fun stuff. Ooh, that's kind of a turn. So this is the curvier part. Okay. There we go. Aha! Junction 52. This is where the straightness starts coming into play. So we're going to go down here to the right to the town of Metamora, as I mentioned before. This is the historic town of Metamora that we're entering. Oh, thankfully the person behind me did not join us, because he or she wants to go a little bit faster than I want to. Alrighty, and I had a friend by the name of Brian Rogers who had a beautiful singing voice. Great guy. He used to sing down here. He used to sing Christmas carols down here, Christmas songs in the winter. And so if you'd like to see Metamora in the winter or in Christmas time, feel free to go on my channel and look at those vlogs. Also, I have a couple other vlogs that show Metamora in different times. I don't know that it's open for the season yet. It's kind of a seasonal little town. Obviously, yes, there are homes. People do live here. But it's kind of a tourist town. Like I said, it's a historic town. The Whitewater Valley. Wow, they're doing some forestry here, cutting back some trees. Whitewater Valley Railroad comes down here at Christmas time. Okay, now this is this area of Duck Creek, and Duck Creek is where the buildings were relocated to. So these buildings down here are primarily buildings that were relocated here. They are historic buildings, but they weren't built on this site. So most of these buildings, there's a schoolhouse and a variety of things. There's a grist mill, which we'll see when we turn here. And this rock building on the right and the grist mill are kind of the beginning of the area of town that was here originally. This is just kind of a lot of cute little stores, some restaurants. There is the grist mill to kind of show you that. And gives you information about the Whitewater Valley Canal. The Whitewater Canal was sort of the highway, if you will, before railroads. It linked northern Indiana and Michigan to the Ohio River, so that way goods could be sent downriver to folks. And this is now the official part of the town, or not official, but the original part of town. Post office, there's an assay office, a old carpenter's building, things of that nature. This is a mock canal boat right there on the right, the Ben Franklin 3. Canal's very shallow, so they are flat bottom boats, and they would be drawn by horse and carriage and moved up and down the canal by locks. So, okay, my phone is apparently getting pretty hot, so if it turns off, I apologize. But the town of Metamora was platted in 1838. So there's that info. And now we're gonna go down. And this is a little bit of a windy road too, but not as windy as the last one was at all. This one's windy because it's sort of on the side of a hill. So